when the internet was created, it actually had free speech. People genuinely could go there and talk as if they're in a tavern, and it was good. But then, around 2016, all of a sudden, we have politicians coming up to mommy up the place. And all these activist organizations like Hope Not Hate, Defund Hatred, all of them start popping up. And they put a lot of pressure through advertisers on social media companies to the point where you're not really allowed to express even political opinions anymore. Like, I know it's difficult to comprehend, but when Twitch was at its peak mental insanity, if you said that maybe the protests regarding Black Lives Matter, maybe they should start looting a little bit less, that was a risk of you getting banned off the platform. If you were misgendering on Twitter, that would get you banned off the platform. And we know that governments were also working with this. Like, for instance, one of the reasons Elon Musk actually got in cahoots with the Brazilian government isn't because they asked him to censor. No. They asked him to censor and pretend it wasn't the Brazilian government requesting it. So, in other words, these were like behind the rooms shady type of deals where governments wanted to launder the censorship through social media. And on top of that, you get to see all of these NGOs and all of these activists being incredibly smug and rubbing it into people's faces and be like, if you don't like it, just make your own social media company. The platforming works. Oh, you guys, yes, the platforming works. Do you remember that? I remember it. It was during a time when everyone knew someone that got deplatformed. And they weren't like political activists or anything like that. It was like people just getting banned because they had different takes or different memes. And so individuals in America went, oh, okay, well, deplatforming works. Is that it? Well, let's vote for a guy that will protect us from getting deplatformed. And so literally like one of Donald Trump's campaign promises to the American people was that he's going to put an end to the censorship. And so now Marco Rubio is doing something very symbolic. It's not even like something that has economic consequences or anything like that. It's just like a political slap. It's like, hey, knock it off type of level. And the ass hurt, the phenomenal butt hurt that's coming from the European Union because he did that is an absolute glory to watch. And so he targeted some people that abso-fucking-lutely deserve it. Like, there's no way of defending any of these technocrats. And let me just give you an example of one of them. Like, here is a guy by the name of Thierry Breton, which wants to play the victim card, but unfortunately, everything he has in his deck is a joker. And so he's now saying, oh my goodness, this is a witch hunt. Oh, 90% of the European Parliament, is democratically elected. Oh yeah, is it? Is it? Can you tell me, like, which party can I vote for so I get the free speech party? Like which one of the people that democratically represent me can I vote that has, like, the Donald Trump campaign? Oh, there aren't any. Right. Who voted for you, Thierry, by the way? Oh, I see. Now, the reason that I'm saying he's such an excellent target for this is because before Donald Trump got elected, he actually had the balls to threaten Elon Musk implicitly, right? Like, not explicitly, but enough to say, yeah, I'm part of the European Union and we're watching you for safety. Like, you're bringing this evil man onto your platform. I want to remind people just how mentally insane the internet was. They banned the sitting president of the United States from every single social media platform. And here you have this guy from the European Union, Thierry Breton, say, don't you dare bring him back because European Union citizens could see it. So let me get this straight, right? Like, this is the mentality that the European Union operates under. The US president is too dangerous of an individual for people like myself to listen to him, but he is literally the type of guy that we want to milk for military support. Why on earth should the United States of America put up with that shit? It's not that America has to change their way, it's that European Union has to change it. The European Union is not this unimmovable object, this rock, this bastion of morality in a world of insanity, and everyone has to change their way in order to befit the European Union's whims. I mean, sure, the European Union can definitely oppress the people within its territory, but unfortunately for the European Union, there is this thing called international diplomacy, and it usually doesn't look good when one of your members threatens the guy that's about to host the future US president. This shit didn't age well. And now that this guy is playing a victim, give me a fucking break. So he likes to censor others, but he doesn't like getting censored himself. Oh, well, you know what? For the rest of us, it is fucking cathartic. I think it's actually a good thing. I think for safety purposes, you should censor government officials more from the European Union. Now, let's look at what France is doing. France, through Emmanuel Macron, is condemning the visa restriction measures taken by the United States against Thierry Breton and 4 other European figures. These measures amount to intimidation and coercion aimed at undermining European digital sovereignty. Good! Like, my fellow Americans, listen to me, you're not doing it enough. Like, I'm a European citizen, right? I beg you do it more. Like, constantly, just non-stop. If there goes a day by that you're not threatening or coercing European digital sovereignty, I'm unhappy. Like, I'm just disappointed. I can't do anything to you, right? Because you're American. But, like, from a personal take, like, you need to do it more. Yes. Like, I don't think the European Union needs to have digital sovereignty. In fact, I don't believe any nation needs to have, quote-unquote, digital sovereignty. I think that there is this thing called the World Wide Web. And so you don't need to have a nation that tries to impose its will on the entire human race. Because, like, at the end of the day, what they were bitching about, and this is what you need to understand, they weren't upset that, like, Donald Trump gets to be on Twitter. And people like me get to listen to Donald Trump. That wasn't their problem, right? Their problem was that Americans were about to listen to Donald Trump before an election. Because that's the thing, they don't want to talk about it. It's like, oh no, America is influencing our politics. You want me to believe that the French government, the German government, the European Union, Great Britain, like, they don't have geopolitical stances? They literally don't have political affiliations and they don't care who wins an American election or not? And they're not trying to influence that? Like, for example, the Digital Service Act, to consider that the US president is quote-unquote hateful. And so you shouldn't give him airspace. But if you have someone like Hassan Piker, then that's fine. Like, notice how they're not upset about Twitch, right? For having Hassan Piker. They're not upset because Destiny exists. They're not upset because any of these far leftists exists. It's just like they're really butthurt that right-wingers now have a space. And the interesting thing is, like, everyone can see what they're doing, right? They started with these interesting threats to Elon Musk. Oh, don't you dare have Donald Trump on your platform. And now they're fining him for stickers. And you see, like, all these EU stooges, like, defending the decision. It's like, oh, well, I mean, Elon Musk was deceptive. He was tricking people about the stickers. It wasn't actual verification. No. Right? Like, he was stealing money from people. It was fraud. No one believes that. Not a single fucking person believes that. What people believe is that the European Union is really ass hurt that citizens are allowed to talk with each other. That's why they're really upset. And the United States is basically stating, and rightfully so, through J.D. Vance, when he went and explained to them, it's like, look, you want our military, you want our defense, but you don't want to share our values. Because that's another thing that I noticed. It's like, Russia also doesn't have free speech. Why aren't they banning Russians from visiting the US? Well, first of all, like, a lot of Russians are already sanctioned. But secondly, like, do you want America to give its military to the Russians and then the Russians to share American values? Literally, that's how the deal works, from my understanding. Like, the American gives you their military and they're saying, like, can you please share some of our values? And their values are something that I guarantee most Europeans, outside of, like, a couple of cities and a couple of people that are brainwashed, agree with those values. I don't think, like, many people disagree with free speech, right? I know that the European Union really, really wants to be, it's like, yeah, free speech, but no. It's not like I believe in the laws of physics, but gravity. No. Listen, right? No, I think, like, most people, if you actually have a normal conversation with them without censorship and peer pressure, would agree that a society where people can freely talk to each other is actually better than a society where you have fact checkers and you have the censorship industrial complex. Because the only thing that the censorship industrial complex does is to protect politicians from accountability. It is not built there to protect minorities. It is not built there to protect homosexuals. It is to allow politicians to keep grifting, and whenever shit goes down and crime rates go up or your standard of living goes down, you're not allowed to criticize politicians. Or if there's an opposition forming, you're not allowed to support the opposition. That is the only reason that the censorship industrial complex exists, and it doesn't benefit America. And if it doesn't benefit America, why should they support it? And this is also something interesting. You know, Emmanuel Macron talks about digital sovereignty. What are our social media websites, Mr. Macron? What is our version of Twitter? What is our version of Facebook? What is our version of Google? What are our search engines? What are the European search engines? What are the European social media websites? Huh? Oh, that's right. Well, no one wants to do business when you have GDPR and the Digital Service Act, right? And so the only people that actually want to do business are the people that are rich enough to be able to afford it. In other words, the social media companies from the United States. And so you don't want us to have our own companies. You want to use the American infrastructure, but at the same time, you want to legislate the American infrastructure in your favor. Well, I mean, are you expecting that the Americans are going to just take it? Should they just take it? I don't think they should just take it. You know, if you don't like it, why don't you ban them? Why don't you ban X? Why don't you ban Facebook? Why don't you ban YouTube? Just ban them. Oh, that's right, you don't ban them, because if you were to ban them, I would actually go on the streets to protest. And I wouldn't go on the streets to protest because I can't access Twitter, because I could. But the economic catastrophe that would happen if all the social media websites would pull out would be significant enough that it would endanger the well-being of myself and my family, and I would have no choice but to go out with everyone else and protest. And so this is why they don't do it, right? They don't want to ban the social media companies and assess digital independence. I mean, China does it, right? But like China has its own social media companies. Russia doesn't give a shit. Russia has its own search engines. Like Russia has some social media companies of themselves, right? The European Union has almost jack shit. And so like they need the American infrastructure. They need the American military. But they don't want to pay for it. And they want to regulate it. And by the way, like all of this bullshit with the Digital Service Act and the GDPR, it's actually a way to tax these companies. That's literally it. And the companies love it actually because it cracks down on their competition. I mean, for instance, BitChute, a social media website that was done in the UK, had to fuck off because too many regulations. Like you can't make a profit if you're sitting in the UK. And so, on one hand, they overregulate, they encourage the cartel, but now that the people from America are like, you know what, we're sick and tired of getting banned and censored by the European Union. Let's elect someone that actually represents our interests. And if they keep talking about European digital sovereignty, let's start talking about American digital sovereignty. And America believes in free speech, right? You want to use our companies, you got to do the free speech. Oh, they don't like it now. Oh, they don't like it. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, but like if you do business with us, you have to respect our laws. Well, I guess if you want to visit America, you have to respect their custom and their culture, right? And their culture is against free speech. You want to find Elon Musk? Fine. Don't go visit America then. Have your visa revoked. Where's the problem? Right? Like, it's about sovereignty, right? So like, oh, well, it's intimidation. Well, how aren't you intimidating America by making Elon Musk into an example? Anyway, that's about all. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.